For having me here. What my worries was that were they going to be very consistent? You remember I asked you about the consistency, because I've not only been in the activism sector, especially the digital activism, trying to create change, but I've also been elected. And I've also known sometimes the laxity of the middle class, or the people who come from the homes of the middle class, to get to the streets and effect change. And since I got elected, I've really begged that even some of the degenerations you're seeing in our cities is because the middle class is hands-off. They're not interested in the politics. But we are all surprised that there's a movement which has been, led by the young people of the Gen Z. But now I think Gen Z we are talking about now is the movement. It is not actually the age group which it meant before. Because in the streets the other day, I saw people who are much older. I saw even some of the media colleagues, the Mudibos, and I saw the Gen X, I saw the boomers, I saw parents coming out with their children, holding hands of two kids, walking with them side by side. I think I was very surprised to see that kind of intention to create change. I've seen some of the people who have argued in the various spaces which have been online, garnering hundreds of thousands of listeners. I think yesterday they had one which was going beyond 1.5 million unique listeners at any given time, which was very impressive. It is always very hard to go past 300 listeners, 1,000 listeners, but now people are so much interested since the movement started. And people, when you see people are raising 12, 15 million shillings in 4 hours. Your
doubts have been wiped off. Last week you were very doubtful about the consistency.
I just say that I'm a politician, and we know how much it takes, how much we spend for people to come out.
That perception has since changed completely.
It has changed. It has changed because, we have seen people who are now more interested in seeing the governance. When people got into parliament, and not only parliament, but various parliaments, various county assemblies in the country where, Embu, I think, was burnt down. In Nairobi, everything, it was ransacked, and, people were venting their anger. There are other elements which took over in Nairobi. I think the corrupt elements in Nairobi decided to burn down the finance office for their own reasons, because the finance office was not so much exposed, more than other officers which were spared. But somebody decided to burn down the finance office. So when we saw the Supreme Court, Parliament, and so on, and people are saying that they want to, continue the demonstration, the protest today, it's serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, back to today, now that you mentioned that there could be protests today.
Yeah.
Of course, all this was premised on the fact that they were rejecting the finance bill of 2024. Yesterday, there was a shift. The president conceded remarkably. He made very serious concessions, withdrawing actually the bill, and through a memo to Parliament. And one wonders, okay, fine, and you've been given the accolades that you've actually won. It's a necessity of further agitation going forward, and especially today. Njeri.
I would not like to speak